And welcome inside Delaware Live Sports. A dose of lacrosse coming at you here on this Friday evening. Nick Alessandrini alongside Mike Lang, Jason Winchell, and Nick Halliday at the home press box at Caravel Academy. Battle of the Unbeatens. Caravel coming in 4-0 and Friends 3-0 as we are set to get things underway. And we are live with our first, I believe, lacrosse broadcast of the 23 high school season. We're going to begin with a whistle, and the Quakers will control.
Braden Ship, the Fogo there. You mentioned Phil Kroc, also a Fogo for Friends, but been battling some injuries, I think, post-wrestling.
That's right. Again, had to take him out. He would leave the quarterfinal match with that shoulder injury. As such a talented wrestler, it was a shame to see him cut his season short. That shot deflected underneath off the hands of Nicholas Winchell.
Yeah, great stop there by Mason Hunter, the keeper for the Buccaneers. Friends kind of in that upper tier of teams here in the first state. Nick, seeing if the Cavaliers, the Buccaneers, not the Cavaliers, the Buccaneers, I got my ears just the wrong ones, can pull off a mild upset tonight.
Caravel now controlling in the Quaker zone, and we talked a little bit about Wilmington Friends and Caravel before we got on here in the pregame show. Both teams undefeated, 4-0 for the Caravel Buccaneers, 3-0 for Wilmington Friends. The Quakers led by Jake Rashkind and Nate Bruno leading the way for the Caravel Buccaneers. Friends coming in averaging about 16 goals a game through their first three contests. Caravel at 13 goals per game. And again, as we just mentioned, both teams have not gone down yet. Here's a whip around, and that one finds the back of the net. Ian Smith, he's going to strike first, and the Bucks are on the board, 1-0.
Yeah, coming out of that X position behind the net, found an opening and got that ball past, I believe that's Ethan Lukic, number 35.
The freshman, he's in the net today for the Quakers. Caravel able to strike first and early. They lead 1-0 as we head back to the circle.
So taking the face-off here is Brandon Simendinger for Caravel against Ship from Friends. I missed the Fogo number for Caravel last time. Picked up there, Nick, by Kevin Dolan.
He's going to get it and go. Doesn't have numbers. He'll let it fly. Took a bounce and out of play. We'll stay down this side with the Quakers here. They get it back to him quickly, trying to strike quickly. That was Jackson Red. Couldn't get that one to go.
You saw two of the more skilled players on offense there for Friends, with Nick Winchell and Jackson Red. They're among the top players in the state. I imagine we'll be hearing a lot from them as the night goes on. I think Nick had 5 goals in his last game, if I'm not mistaken. Jason Winchell would know. Against Sanford, that's a good win.
Here's Red. He'll let it fly, and he's got that one in the top corner to even things up at 1 here, and both teams able to find the back of the net here in the first few minutes of the game, and we're all tied up at 1.
What's up the top of the net?
That's where Mama keeps the Thin Mints, Mike. Absolutely right. We're going to break it out early and often here in the 2023
That's a
season.
Great shot by Red, just inside the, underneath the crossbar into the corner above the keeper. That's Caravel's keeper is Nathaniel Hunter.
And again, 3 shots on that side of the zone for Friends before they were able to find a goal there to tie things up. Battle in the middle. And we're going to have a whistle against the Buccaneers. And this is where we got to get the refs mic'd up going forward, right, Mike? That's going to be the goal for us.
Tell us what's going on
in the next couple of years. Friends behind the net, going to get it back out to Jackson Red. And they'll work it around.
Nick, we get some scores today. We'll pass them along as we go along. This is the last game on the schedule tonight, I believe.
Trying to make a play and through the 5-hole. Go the Quakers, and that's Nick Winchell with his first goal of the contest. That gives Friends a 2-1 lead, and that one got right to the legs of Nathaniel Hunter, the sophomore.
Yeah, 2 goals in 40 seconds. You know, lacrosse, they can come pretty fast and furious and not a lot of time in between. There's actually a DMA at Dover at 7 o'clock, so this is the second to the last game of the day. But some big games on the schedule tomorrow, weather permitting, and we'll get through some of those when we have some time. It's a pretty fast-moving game, lacrosse, and it's not a lot of downtime.
That's right. It's our first lacrosse broadcast of the spring season, so Everyone, bear with us. We're going to get into lacrosse mode. Here we have a loose ball around the 30. It's a battle for it.
Yeah, that ground ball finally picked up there.
That's Braden Ship, I believe, trying to control it. Got some sticks flying there as the Quakers are able to get it and hold it. That is Jackson Red, and he'll control things for the Quakers. They'll slow it down, and now some subs here trotting onto the field is Finian Butler, the senior.
Yeah, I think the key for Caravel here is they got to, when they get possession, with no shot clock on the high school level, is to slow the game down a little bit and not let Friends set up like they're setting up now and just fire away.
Red going to work it to Winchell behind the net. Nice pass up top. Again, the Quakers got some crisp passing here early on in this one. 4-0 on the season. That one off the ground and in. A one-hopper put to the back of the net. I think that's Benjamin Osborne.
That was number 3.
Excuse me, 3. Finian Butler, who was fresh into the game, the senior we saw just hop onto the field. Comes on and makes his presence felt early. A goal for Finian Butler, and Butler, Red, and Winchell with the 3 goals here early. And the Quakers with a 3-1 lead.
Friends has those wings covered. You see Red likes to play over here on this left side. And Finn Butler was on the other side. And Nick Winchell kind of plays. He comes from the X position behind the net and sets a lot of things up.
Going at it.
These ground balls are going to be really important here.
That one picked up.
I think we have a violation.
And there it was. Again, I thought Caravel had possession of it for a second. And now some subs here for the Buccaneers. Trotting on will be Logan Keld.
Turnover, they're going to give the ball to Friends.
And don't blink, you talked about it, lacrosse. We're back into it. Had a little softball earlier today. Not quite as fast-paced.
No, but it's pretty destructive from what I hear.
It is. There's some foul balls that were pretty close today. Took out some of the equipment. 3-1 lead, 8-12, and ticking early.
You see they'll work the perimeter here and then just work some guys open. You see Red here on the left side. That was number 17, Noah Gibbons on the other side. Hands it back to Winchell, and they just play the perimeter game here. And wandering around in front there, number 6.
Tried to thread the needle that time to a cutting Hayden Morrison. Couldn't get it to him. Caravel comes up with the steal going the other way, and then good defense by Osborne to poke it back away defensively, and now the Quakers going to be back on the offensive here.
There's some size out there from both teams, and you see a lot of big checks in this game.
Here's Red.
Red, not one of the bigger guys, but boy, he got a shot.
Spins back to the inside. Good defense by the Buccaneers. And Osborne will toss it to the back, and they'll work it around the Winchell behind the net. Red and Winchell will swap spots here. Here's Red. One-on-one with Erie Yates. Back up top to Winchell. He'll let that one fly. A nice save by Nathaniel Hunter.
Gibbons closest to it, so it's going to stay with the Quakers.
Here's Benjamin Osborne, one of the recent subs for Friends. And now here's Winchell. He has a goal already. Again, we talked about Friends averaging about 16 goals per contest. Off to a good start to their spring season.
They have a lot of guys who can score. We've mentioned a few of them. They're out front is
what a pass.
Morrison, and he adds his name to the list. 4 goals, 4 different scores. That's a great sign if you're any team. If you're Friends tonight, that's a good sign. I think we have a timeout by Caravel.
And that was Noah Gibbons, the sophomore, who put it on a platter. A beautiful assist, able to be finished off by Hayden Morrison, the sophomore. And a timeout on the field. 4-1, Friends up early.
Nick, just looking ahead to tomorrow, there are some games, there's some rain in the forecast.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait and see how that works out.
A couple of big ones. At noon, you're looking at Cape Henlopen at Archmere, and that's the state finalists last year in Cape Henlopen, the semifinalists. Archmere, I believe they met in the semifinals. So kind of a rematch there up in Claymont. And then St. Mark's off to a good start. Probably their stiffest contest of the year. They're going to play at Wilmington Charter. This is all weather permitting. And then at 1 o'clock at Abyssinia Stadium, I've seen them ranked a few different places. The Chaminade Flyers from Long Island coming down to Wilmington, take on Salesianum, and Sal's off to a big start. But this is going to be a different level of competition for the Sal's when Chaminade comes down.
And we talked a little bit about the Sal's last year. We were sitting in this press box for the state championship game between Cape Henlopen and Salesianum. I believe it was 2022, just last season. Craig Laskowski and I here calling that game, and that was a lot of fun. Again, both of those teams so talented and go at it each and every year. But during that season last year for Salesianum, who was the Canadian team that they beat?
Oh, the Hill School.
The Hill School, again,
Hill,
one of
sorry,
those.
Hill Academy.
Hill Academy, and if you on that website, that school is labeled as a sports laboratory.
It's a lacrosse school, essentially.
Sally's a big win for them last year.
They go to school and they play lacrosse. And the Sal's were able to beat Hill last year. I was at that game at Abyssinia. It was a fun game. They had another game in overtime, maybe the IMG game. So they had some tough competition. And tomorrow's going to be tough.
So out of the timeout, 6:25 remaining in the opening quarter. Braden Ship going to get that one. And Friends quickly looking to strike again. And that one bounced in. Almost looked like it hit the post, but Braden Ship going to go coast to coast and score another one here for Wilmington Friends. And it's been all Quakers early as they take a 5-1 lead.
Yeah, I think that's one that Nate Hunter wishes he had back. I think he just kind of caught him off guard, that bounce. And it's kind of bounced and handcuffed him a little bit and got over the shoulder into the net. But, Ship wins the draw right in and takes a shot from about 12 yards out. Not much you can do.
That's what we saw Sally's do so well last year.
Not much I can do. I mean, these guys are a lot more skilled.
Ship able to get it back to Kevin Dolan, and now he'll
he's moving.
Turn on the Jets. An active first quarter here at Caravel Academy.
Yeah, Bucks had the early lead. There's a nice stop by Hunter there.
Yeah, it was. That one was on a rope, courtesy of Kevin Dolan, but Hunter able to stop it in its tracks. He gets the save as we tick under 6 minutes.
No confidence builder for Hunter. Good stop.
Caravel looking to go on the offensive for one of the first times tonight.
Can they get set up? That's the question. There's a whistle and a violation on Caravel. Didn't quite hear it through my headset.
And we have the headsets on, but yeah, the referee pretty vocal there. We almost heard him up here in the press box. As Jackson Red has possession and going to carry it into the Caravel zone here, 5:30. And ticking. Here's Winchell. Dolan over to Red. Red going to let it fly. And it seems like the Quakers have been on the attack the entire first quarter.
Yeah, after that first goal, it really has been all Friends. But it's still within reach here. A nice play defensively out there by, I'm not sure if that was number 11,
Michael
Tim Wazakowski.
Michael Trulock able to get over there and scoop it up. And now here come the Bucks. Finally carrying it the other direction. We'll see if they can capitalize.
Yeah, they're going to wait for some offense to get on here.
Here's Matt Duarte.
Get the Holdsworth. He came off the bench here, and also number 4, Logan Keld. Logan's dad, by the way, sitting here right now.
Oh, how about there you go?
Yeah. Logan's got a lot to live up to in that family. Because I thought I'd seen the best Keld sibling already, but I guess.
Well, I'm sure Logan will have something to say about that.
Logan's got another year and change here.
That shot from
How
Duarte.
about that stop?
Stopped right there from Ethan Lukács.
Right off the arm.
But Caravel able to retain possession. Holdsworth back to Duarte. They'll get it behind the net, and I believed out of the stick it fell there as you saw Ian Smith trying to get it over, I believe, to Andrew Moore on the other side.
I couldn't tell if he was trying a backhand shot or a pass, and it just kind of lost the possession. They're going to call it a shot. If that was a pass, it would have been Friends' ball when it went out of bounds, so they're going to rule that a shot.
So Caravel once again will retain possession as we approach the 4-minute mark of the opening quarter. Here's Kell going to make a move. Nice pass inside to Duarte. Lost his footing, and we'll have flags hit the field.
It's going to be a man up for Caravel. Good chance here to cut into this 5-1 lead as they're going to have the personnel advantage here. Not a power play. It's not a power play. Learn that the hard way.
Yeah, we usually typically as well have Craig Laskowski with us here for our lacrosse expert. Out of town this weekend, so Craig, I know you're probably watching wherever you are.
Yeah, thanks, Craig. It's good to have a good lacrosse mind like that.
That's right,
He's
and
not
to
doing us
go
any good tonight, though, is
and
he?
to go back years ago to Nick Hall, who helped out
Hall,
for
yeah.
a few games back.
And
I believe in
we've had
2018, 2019.
Scott Kammerer do some games for us.
That's right.
From Sodal Concepts. Scott, a big lacrosse guy.
So let's see if Caravel can capitalize after the whistle here. It's Duarte. They'll work it back behind the net. Ian Smith, he had that first goal earlier for Caravel.
Doing a job here. Not sure how long the penalty is. Usually 30 seconds or a minute.
Duarte lost that one.
It's a 1 minute foul. Thanks, Nick Halliday.
Nick Halliday. He's been around the block a few times.
But he can hear the referees out there.
That is true also. Trying to give him the knowledge on that one. So here's Caravel once again. It's Duarte. Lost it for a second.
A nice poke there by Jake Bryson. But they're
And
going
we
to
have a hold against Friends. Caravel, though, has been on the attack now for some time, being patient here in the offensive side. And here's Ian Smith. Trying to get it back up top to Holdsworth, but it was picked and stolen. James Green coming up with the defensive play.
And then back onto the field is Paul Beardell. As the penalty was on McKenzie, but he stays out, and they're going to send in Beardell. A couple of the running backs from the football team.
That's right. Tyler Mashawari going to take off into the Caravel zone. Another football player there. Winchell will have it with 2:30 left to go in the first. A 5-1 lead for the Quakers here on the road.
Checking in now. Morrison back in. He's got one of the goals, too.
And again, you look at this Friends roster. Tons of bodies.
Yeah.
40 guys on the team. But again, that could be
Coach
freshman
Tattersall's
through
probably
senior.
I wouldn't mind having 40 guys on my team. He did okay this year with about, 34?
The first state championship since 1984, right?
Yeah.
Or 81, I believe,
It was
for the
84,
Quakers.
yeah.
84. Got a good memory.
Our DSBA Team of the Year, those Friends Quakers. And just about every one of them showed up at our luncheon. It was awesome. And a great talk from RT, Coach RT.
Just working it around here are the Quakers. Winchell looking for a spot. Beautiful pass. Shot was off the mark from Benjamin Osborne.
Yeah, not by much. Just a little bit high.
And
But
round
Winchell's
two.
back there, so they retain possession.
Here's Osborne again, straightaway center. Will hand it off to the right side. They'll work it now to the corner, and then back behind the net to Winchell. Winchell been dishing out assists here, trying to find someone. Couldn't back up top. Osborne will wind up and fire. This one off the mark to the left side of the net.
1:08 left. The athletic director, Craig Bailey, down there with the banana, but he didn't offer us anything.
Craig, one of the best. We love Craig. Again, did such a great job allowing us to be there all winter for the basketball season, having the gym ready, tables, chairs, and getting us hooked up on the Wi-Fi. He's been great here, and then I think we surprised him today.
We did surprise him, but he is very amenable.
But he's the best. Glad to have us back. And now Caravel off to the races. Brock Rhodes going to take off, the talented linebacker. And now he's at the 20, going to try to finish the job himself. Couldn't do it.
Just a bit wide. He took a tumble.
And then we have a late flag come
very late
flying
flag.
way up in the air. An emphatic flag throw at the 45.
I think Friends is going to be shorthanded again. And it looks like it's Beardell who's going to the sin bin. Can I call it the sin bin? He's going to take a knee.
And you can see a little
It was a late
unhappy.
call, but it was maybe a cross check.
That was a good job by Brock Rhodes defensively and able to get the ball, get it, and go.
So there's a 1 minute foul. There's 39 seconds left, so it'll carry over into the second quarter if Caravel can't take advantage here.
Again, Caravel scored early in the beginning of the first here. have struggled offensively throughout the quarter, but again, both teams have in the last couple minutes.
Just a bit high.
Yeah, both teams tightening up a little bit defensively. So Smith will scoop it back up. Take 2 here for the Bucks. 30 seconds is winding as we tick down the opening quarter. Smith gets it back, trying to finish it.
Friends had that defense packed in around Lukic, but he made the stop.
Caravel trying to pick possession back up, unable to do it that time, and Tyler Mashawari will be the one scooping and on the run.
And they're just going to run this clock out here.
And that'll do it for the opening quarter. And after 1 here at Caravel Academy, Wilmington Friends up on the Caravel Bucks 5-1. We'll take a quick break. We come back. Second quarter action live from Bear.
High Five Hospitality, founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise to Delaware. To date, they operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings in Delaware and Maryland. Also the Stone Balloon and Limestone Barbecue. And let's not forget Eggspectation and 5 Jersey Mikes throughout Delaware. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality.
And welcome back inside Delaware Live Sports. On to the second we go here at Caravel Academy. Some high school lacrosse for you on a Friday evening between the Caravel Buccaneers as they welcome the Wilmington Friends Quakers. A battle of undefeateds here. Caravel 4-0 to start their regular season. Friends 3-0 to start their regular season. And one team will be leaving here today with their first loss of 2023. And after 1 quarter of play, Friends out on top of Caravel 5-1. It was 1-1 early, and then 4 unanswered for the Quakers.
Yeah, Dick, here are the, I'll give a second, the unbeaten. You mentioned Caravel at 4-0, and Friends at 3-0. Also, St. Mark's at 4-0, Archmere 3-0, Cape 3-0, Middletown and Sally's also, and Friends, and then 2-0 is Tatnall, and then Apo 3-1. St. Andrews 3-1 with a win over Sanford yesterday.
A shout out to Luke Spoor, had a big game the other day for the Spartans, carrying it over, winning a state title on the wrestling mat as a sophomore this year at 165, then heads out there and has 6 goals in lacrosse in the spring.
Against Brandywine, I was there last Saturday.
Love to see the 2 sport athletes.
It was cold, and the grass was they had to move the face-offs away from the center of the field because it was too muddy. But they got the game in. It didn't really rain too hard. It did kind of drizzle, but they were able to get the game in. And, you run out of makeup dates quick. So we'll see what happens.
They're keeping us ready to go, keeping Mr. Kill keeping him honest up here in the press box as we are set and underway in quarter number 2. Again, the penalty, I believe, still live.
Yep, I think another 21
for the Quakers.
So we'll see what happens in St. Mark's. They play Charter tomorrow, and as their competition gets a little stiffer, but they're off to the quick start. 3 of those wins against the Brandywine School District.
So here's Kevin Dolan. Penalty over. As in trots Butler. And now the Quakers, again, they were just going to be patient, let the penalty run out, and then try to strike on the offensive side.
Yeah, win the face-off and just wait for that penalty to expire.
And Friends has done a good job of winning those opening face-offs. Did that one get in the net?
It did. Hit off the feet of Hunter and rolled just over the line.
So I think that was off the stick of number 14 for the Quakers, Kevin Dolan. So Dolan almost had it stopped by Hunter. It bounced, as Mike said, and just rolled through his legs, I believe, into the net for our first goal of the second quarter. So Kevin Dolan with his first goal. And the Quakers extend this lead here. Beautiful Friday evening for some lacrosse.
Yeah, it's a little chilly, but not too bad for the last day of March.
Here, Ship, another face-off win, and quickly trying to score again were the Quakers, but the defense from Caravel, I believe, poked it out, and now here come the Bucks. A nice play.
Sean Robinson deking a little bit there, and they pick up the ground ball.
Tried to get it up over the head of a Quaker, but now it's stolen
But
That was James Green.
That's a long stick midi, and that's a long stick.
Green gets it back, trying to finish it himself. Couldn't do it. Hops over the net. But Quakers looking crisp here early in this one.
Not easy to get over that stick.
So Jackson Red.
A slight delay here. There we go.
Wheel controlling, and now it's Winchell. Gonna work it around. Winchell faked the pass, let it rip, and finds the back of the net. Nick Winchell.
How about that?
With goal number 2. And that one, he faked the pass up top to Kevin Dolan and fired it.
You know who can
into
stop
the
those
net.
shots? Jason Winchell can stop Nick Winchell.
You guys related, Jay? Yeah. No relation?
It's his cousin. Well, we saw Brian Winchell before the game. Never heard of him. That's right. And we have a change in net. Number 34 in for Caravel, and that is Sean Baird, an 8th grader.
How about that?
Welcome to the show, young man.
That's what you got to love about Caravel. You can get some action in as an 8th grader.
Not afraid to use the 8th graders here if they are talented, and they get a lot of talented 8th graders. And now
they
you
absolutely
every sport,
do.
Just about every sport here, if you're an 8th grader and you can play, you will get a chance.
We saw that also on the wrestling program a few years ago. We had the first ever 8th grade state champ from Caravel, and Eddie Radke.
I think that's one of the things that makes it an attractive program for kids. If you know, I'm going to have a chance to play varsity as an 8th grader. Now, you know, we've seen it at other schools. If you're not going to play varsity, there's really no point. If you're not going to play, there's really no point to being on the roster.
Yeah, you want to get playing time wherever that may be, especially early in your high school career. So 7-1, 9:40 and ticking in the second. It's been all Quakers since early on. Caravel hasn't gotten that many opportunities offensively here as Friends has been patient in their zone.
And they're very aggressive defensively.
Yep.
A lot of checks. They're knocking the ball loose from the Bucks. And ever since that first goal, it's almost like Friends took that personally, that first goal from Ian Smith.
Here's Winchell, the playmaker. Tried to find a cutting teammate. Would have been a nice dime, but instead intercepted by the Bucks. Here coming the other direction is Erie Yates.
I think Truelock got a piece of that one. There's almost an interception.
Almost threw it in and out of his stick and into the stick of Andrew Moore.
I think we have a timeout for Caravel.
And a smart timeout.
You get things set up here.
That time from head coach Nate Bruno.
There was kind of like a lot of running around.
So clock stopped at 8:52 here in the first half, a 7-1 lead for the Quakers. Again, the Quakers coming in 16 goals a game. They've got 7 here already. Caravel 13 goals a game. They've got 1 through about a little over a quarter.
While we're at Caravel, we should mention on Tuesday, this past Tuesday, a couple days ago, the baseball team went down to Newark Charter, picked up a win, 5-2. First win for our good friend, Kristen.
That's right, Kristen Caldwell.
Who gave up the basketball and picked up the baseball. And congratulations to Kristen on her first win as the varsity baseball coach here. I'm sure it's going to be the first of many.
Yep. Wouldn't that be something, right, Mike?
If they
can
need
you
a pitcher,
imagine?
Kristen can hop right in there.
Again, her last high school girls basketball game, a state championship victory behind India Johnston and that squad, which had talent throughout. Everybody pitched in on that championship. An overtime win over Sanford.
They were good again this year. Just Sanford and Ursuline are just a step above, but
under head coach Larry Banks. That's right.
Larry Banks, yeah, did a great job. Had Speedy Wilson this year, and she's back for 2 more seasons. So.
And again, talking to him earlier before the playoffs, he said the goal never changed. He said we're the defending state champs. Our goal was to win it again.
That's right.
Doesn't matter who we lost, who we gained, etc. And they were right back, a very competitive, a Final Four trip this season.
I mean, Caravel Football was in the state championship game against Friends.
Heck of a game that was as well.
10-7, and I think it was 10-7, right? Yeah.
Low
many
scoring
games,
game.
Nick,
It was a low scoring game.
They all kind of melt into each other, but there was 10-7. Caravel defending softball champs, so they.
That's right. Back to back state champs in softball. That's right, back to back. I think we had state championship Sussex Central Caravel the last 2 years. Here come the Quakers. Jackson Red out ahead of the pack. He was able to haul that one in, and he's going to find the back of the net. An easy goal that time for Jackson Red, and that was just a great pass, and then a great job from Red to able to haul that one in. Had to get it up over his head, and then regathered himself and was able to finish.
I mean, Hunter was kind of left out by himself there. Good job to you said, go upstairs and get that pass, settle yourself, and he certainly didn't miss that shot.
So Jackson Red and Nick Winchell, the two multiple goal scorers here in this one. 7:55 to go in the first half. And we talked about it, but again, an impressive overall athletic season for the Quakers. Yeah. In almost every sport, again, a basketball team performed well as this year as well.
Their volleyball team went to the Final Four.
And don't blink, another goal. This one off the stick of Noah Gibbons. He was open on the last breakaway. Red took it himself and finished it himself. This time it's Gibbons with his first goal of the contest.
So Friends really just asserting themselves here. And I think their volleyball team was the Final Four team, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow, how about that? I'll tell you, doing well.
They went to the consolation game and the first trip to the Bob, I believe, for the volleyball program. So
both of these schools having good athletic seasons, as Mike already talked about, meeting in the football state championship.
Yep.
Caravel, once again, had a few wrestling state champions.
Mentioned Friends basketball, football, and the basketball team, a lot of football players, a lot of size on the basketball team.
And a first-round playoff win for Friends in the playoffs this year for basketball.
They had a pretty good season.
Caravel, another great basketball season. A tough one for them in the playoffs. But a 9-1 game here, 7:15 and ticking. And once again, it's the Quakers looking to find another one here. And they do. I think that was Jackson Red, if my eyes serve me correctly. Yep. Give him the hat trick in the first half. 3 for the talented senior.
It all starts with that Fogo. They're getting those face-offs and just taking it right in. Friends really not giving Caravel any chance to set anything up the other way.
And again, just to put it into perspective, Caravel, we talked about, they're 3-0. They're averaging 13 goals a contest. This one has just been all Quakers. I think the Quakers just playing extremely well here.
Yeah.
To kick this one off. And
I think they're serving notice that, we talked about it, and we'll talk about it when we have, there's not to be breaks in the action, but, we're looking for that team to step up with Salesianum, Cape, and Archmere.
Mm-hmm.
And Friends says, hey, we're ready. We're right there.
I think they might be in the mix. And again, a big part of this one has been those face-off wins, as you talked about, Mike. They are controlling almost out of every break here as they continue to wind down the clock. 6:43 and ticking. First half action. Here's Winchell back up top to Red. And they'll work it around here.
Yeah, Ship's done a great job in the circle.
Yeah, he's been spectacular today. So now almost everybody that touches the ball on this side of the field has found the back of the net at least once. And here's Finney and Butler. Trying to make a move. Now it's Jackson Red.
So dangerous back there. There's so many options, right?
What a pass, threading the needle.
Good
defense, though, by the Buccaneers to prevent the shot, and then here come the flags.
I think the check was okay. I think the swinging
I was going to say, I'm not sure what happened after that.
I think the swinging of the stick was what drew the flag, but that was our biggest hit of the day, and it looks like Sean Robinson got a little eager with the stick there. So it's a 1-minute slashing
Well, they
call.
got 2 of them. They got 2 Caravel Buccaneers. They got Brock Rhodes, as well as Sean Robinson. They're both hit. I believe, was slashing is what I overheard the referee.
Well, it looks like Rhodes is not taking a knee, so he might be okay. Or are they down 2? I'd have to count the players out there. They're down 2. Okay, he's not taking a knee.
They got 9 on the field though. See if Friends can capitalize here. Here's Red.
Well, I think Hunter got a piece of that one.
Yeah, I think he did. And Hunter back in the net.
Yeah, he was only out briefly. They snuck him back in at some point. I think maybe the coaches just wanted to say something to him and get him right back in.
Another stop.
That's a good stop there by Hunter.
And now Caravel trying to get it and go.
You're going to have to take some chances. I know they're down 2 men, it looks like.
That was Dom Catalano, the sophomore.
Nice steal here by the Bucks.
Here's Matt Duarte.
The DJ.
One of the guys definitely to watch for Caravel.
And the penalty, at least one of the penalties, I think, is over.
And here come both Bucks back out onto the
the
field.
post.
Off the post. And now into the stick
Great effort by Duarte with the steal.
of James Green. And now, don't look, though. Here come the Quakers.
Hit
Andrew
iron.
McKenzie, number 99. Mike talked about him, a touchdown machine for the Quakers on the football field. Red going to skip that one. A one-hopper into the net. Gives him 4. Lead extended 11-1 here for Friends, and they have not slowed down. 11 straight for the Quakers after Caravel opened up the scoring.
Yeah, just some bad fortune. The shot hit the post. There was some great effort there by Duarte and a couple of the other Buccaneers. They just couldn't get that ball into the net.
So the lineup, center circle.
Another draw.
That time it was Philip Kroc.
Oh, but great defense there by Yates. Separated the man from the ball, but Friends got it back.
Some subs, Beardell and Morrison back out for the Quakers. Kate O'Connor will trot off the sophomore midi to the sideline. As we hit the 4-minute mark of the first half. 5 goals away from their season average for the Quakers. They've got 11 first half goals.
They're pretty accurate. They don't take too many shots that aren't on net. And obviously they keep the man back. When the shots do miss, they keep the ball.
Yeah, they've kept possession on every missed shot, and then they've pretty much converted on the second opportunity at least each time. Here's Winchell behind the net. As again, the patience from the Quakers, the freshman Osborne, as they work it around to Beardell. And now back to the playmaker, Winchell. Winchell spinning.
A good interference there from Trulock, I believe.
Yeah, he got a stick on it. But regrouped by Hayden Morrison.
I can't tell what number that is back there in that X position. Number 9? Joseph Winchell? Yeah, it's number 9. It's another Winchell.
So both Winchells out on the field at the same time here.
We're going to have to ask Jason which one is better.
We'll have him settle it on the field. 2:30 and ticking. Here's Beardell.
Yeah, Izzy Winchell is probably the best of the 3.
Another goal for the Quakers. And that'll be the first for Paul Beardell.
Might as well get him on the scoreboard, right?
8 Quakers have put one through so far here in the first half. 12-1 lead for Wilmington Friends. And we talked about a 25 on the Caravel roster, 40 for the Quakers. Might be the most of any team they have.
Face-off violation there, and it's Catalano with the ball for the Bucks.
The sophomore going to bring it back up and reset here. 2:19 and ticking here in the first half. Here's Logan Keld going to get it behind the net. Caravel, again, just not has had many opportunities offensively.
No, they're just not getting the draws.
Yeah.
You know, and Friends is a super talented team. There's a shot.
Holdsworth. And Caravel will retain possession, 1:55 remaining in the opening half.
This is Nick Winchell. Look at that pass.
Oh, we could have had a top 10 play nominee.
They got tick and tack.
I think that was Winchell to Winchell.
Well, they probably do that in the driveway.
And then Jason Winchell.
Yeah,
that was Nick Winchell, who tried to have the third player come in and finish it on. I think that was Jackson Red or Hayden Morris, and that was cutting to the net.
Well, I think Nick and Joseph could have passed it to Jason,
I've
given him a chance.
From up here, the way the Winchells are playing. Jason, you got a secret lacrosse skill that I don't know about?
Absolutely. Can you score from 80 yards away?
Here come the Bucks. Still looking for that first goal since early in the first. That one just got away from him.
Pass before it rolls out of bounds. But it goes over we're looking at the blue lines here. It goes over the end line.
1:20 and ticking here. First half action. It's been all Quakers so far, but a lot of time left.
True Luck almost got the steal there. Quakers able to set up.
Andrew Foreman
That's the first time
into the game.
called his name.
Fresh into the game for the Quakers alongside Eamon Grubb, the sophomore midfielder.
And looks like Declan Grubb also out there, number 15.
So 45 seconds. We'll see if the Quakers eat up the clock for the rest of the first half here. Being patient.
You know, the college game has a 90-second shot clock.
Delaware Blue Hens, a heck of another start to their season. They've been ranked all year. Some big wins last year in the tournament, and returning a lot of those guys. They'll be ready to go. Dealing with some injuries early on, but definitely going to be a team to watch out for nationally. 9 seconds.
We get a crease violation. Well, they got 7 seconds to go about 80 yards.
Going to have to let it rip here. And they will. And that'll do it for the opening half here at Caravel Academy. It's been all Quakers through 2 quarters, 12-1. Friends over Caravel. We're going to take a break here at the half. When we get back, we'll get you your first half stats and everything you know ahead, or need to know ahead of second half action here at Caravel. 10 minutes on the clock. We're going to the break. 12-1 as the two teams head to the locker room. Friends in front of Caravel.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com.
You may have tried physical therapy,
but have you tried Premier?
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Today we're at Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Come check us out. Located inside the Hotel Rehoboth, Lupo serves coastal Italian cuisine with fresh pasta made in-house daily. Lupo features plenty of unique craft cocktails and an extensive award-winning all-Italian wine list. Popular dishes include lobster bucatini, veal meatballs, grilled swordfish, and eggplant parmesan. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, serving happy hour daily and dinner 7 days a week. See you soon.
How you doing? My name's Mike Cassidy. I'm the founder and president of Cassidy Painting. I started back in 1984, incorporated in 1986. I never had the word no in my vocabulary. When someone called me to do a job, I always said yes, whether it was a struggle, whether it was 7 days a week, sun up to sundown, it didn't matter. And with that philosophy, we were able to grow to the size we are. We employ close to 80 individuals.
We really enjoy being in the family business. I look forward to coming to work every day, and it's so nice to work with the people that we work with in the office. We've really become a family with them. We really create a family experience around here.
And Cassidy Painting is a very diversified company. We don't say no to anything. We deal with everything from epoxy floors to painting buildings to spray foam insulation, spray fireproofing. If it deals with a coating, we can handle it. So when our customers call and they're under the gun and they know the need to get a job done, they know who to call because we perform. We've always been performed. We've never been replaced out of 37 years of business. For any of your painting needs, we can handle it.
High school athletics is not what it used to be. The sporting goods industry has been disrupted, adding to coach and athletic director daily challenges. BSN Sports stands ready to change the fundamentals of our industry, giving our customers the advantages they need right now. Your dedicated local sales pro is supported with nationwide team service, including sport and category experts. Get the look of D1 colleges and pro teams with our program that streamlines ordering your staff apparel, player gear, and fan wear. Stretch your budget with our fundraising solution. Free and ready in minutes. Our campus branding products are perfect for boosting school and team pride. BSN Sports has the advantages you need right now.
First State Orthopedics statewide has 29 physicians at 16 locations. Our physicians and staff provide both non-surgical as well as surgical treatment for almost all orthopedic conditions and injuries. We are specially trained in the current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physician and orthopedic consultant for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to the local emergency departments as well as medical aid units and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Call for an appointment today or visit us at firststateortho.com.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Caravel Concepts. Today we're at Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway next to Blue Coast Rehoboth, Thompson Island will follow the Sodell tradition of serving beautiful, simple food that will pair perfectly with our fresh homemade beer. Thompson Island is a perfect place to have dinner with your family, enjoy happy hour with friends at the bar, or spend a day in the beer garden playing bocce ball and ping pong. Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week. See you soon.
Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution. We are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out. Matt's Fish Camp features seafood classics, coastal comfort food, and chef-driven specials that pair perfectly with our large selection of craft ales, curated wine list, and camp cocktails. Matt's offers indoor and outdoor dining and is the perfect place to have dinner with your family, happy hour with friends, or enjoy lunch at the Raw Bar. Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware, open 7 days a week year-round. See you soon.
Wraps, signs, banners, and promotional items that can help your business stand out from the rest. Looking for an excellent way to convey a professional image? Customized promotional products are the perfect way to target new customers, increase employee retention, and boost your brand awareness. Let the professionals at Cassidy Graphics bring your advertising ideas to life. Give them a call today at 302-326-2412. Again, that number is 302-326-2412. Again, Cassidy Graphics brings your advertising ideas to life.
I would always pass by Ferris on Kirkwood Highway, so I knew that they existed. We stopped in the showroom. We just clicked, like from day one. They did a total kitchen renovation for us. Ferris was so organized. They were on top of everything from day one. Always here when they said they would be, always on time, kept to the schedule. The level of comfort speaking to everyone that works at Ferris, they were just super friendly, easy to talk to. It was like they were friends, not, people coming to work on our kitchen. The room is totally transformed from what it used to look like. To have all this seating now and the big table, the bench seats, it's great. I love coming home and just walking through the laundry room into the kitchen every day. It was just a great experience. We love Ferris.
High Five Hospitality, founded in 2004 when three guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise to Delaware. To date, they operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings in Delaware and Maryland. Also the Stone Balloon and Limestone Barbecue. And let's not forget Expectation and 5 Jersey Mikes throughout Delaware. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality.
The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.
Back live at Caravel Academy, second half action moments from getting underway here in Bear. Nick Alessandrini alongside Mike Lang, Jason Winchell, Nick Halliday, and Mr. Keld up here with us in the press box here on the scoreboard, and we're about ready to get things back going here. Third quarter set to get started. A 12-1 lead for the Quakers here on the road. Quakers looking to advance to 4-0 on the season, but a lot of time left. Caravel, they're 4-0 as we have a battle for it. Center circle. Catalano couldn't scoop it up. Ball still loose. Going to be running tracked down, though, by Kevin Dolan. Dolan makes the extra pass, and that is a one-timer finished quickly from Noah Gibbons, the sophomore's second goal. And Mike, Quakers not wasting any time coming out of the locker room. They're picking up right where they left off.
No, it took them 17 seconds. You just can't leave, pardon me, you can't leave somebody wide open like that. Nick, of girls lacrosse final of interest to the Quakers. Wilmington Friends, 15. Middletown, 14.
Wow, a nail-biter.
Yep, up there in Alapocas.
So 13-1. I believe that now is a running clock, Mike. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it 12 goals?
Yep,
I believe. So I think that's what it is. I was getting the reassurance. So 12 goals, and Caravel going to look to stop that running clock here by getting one on the board.
6 goals for Molly Dolan and Friends. 8 goals for Abigail Fisher of Middletown. So.
Oh, there you go. That's a pretty good day.
Yeah, 8 goals. That was like a pretty good career.
I think I've scored 8 goals in my life.
Like me, yeah, exactly. I think that rolled out of bounds is going to stay with Caravel. So if you're Caravel, you're just going to work on some things and try to get some, maybe set up a few plays and try just to chip away at the lead a little bit. I mean, you get better by playing better teams. And
yep, absolutely right.
This is going to help Caravel.
And again, we said it before, but these teams have a combined record of 7-0 coming in.
Yeah, obviously, Caravel's won a few games. They have some talent on this team.
Yeah, they beat DMA and a big
nice
shoulder. That time, courtesy of Benjamin Holdsworth.
I think that's going to leave a mark. That check. Very legal.
That's right, we talked about it. Caravel went over DMA earlier this year.
Yeah.
And Friends, a few wins as well. Now just 3 goals away from their season average. This one lost it. It's rolling.
See the Winchell waiting right there in midfield, but Keld got to it.
Yeah, able to track it down and then able to save it. And now here come the Bucks, at least for the second loss, though. Did Andrew Moore.
We have a violation. Slash.
So Lukic still in the net for the Quakers. And for Caravel, Sean Baird, the 8th grader, going to start the second half. Here's Duarte. Tell you, Matt Duarte's got a mean spear double. But that one on the shot, just out of range. I think it's going to stay here, and it does. They get it back to Duarte. Here he is in the corner.
Quakers doing a good job.
Threads the needle. Got the pass.
Wide, or is it deflected by the goalie? Friends doing a good job of just closing those gaps as Caravel moves the ball around. Oh, there we go.
And then a whistle.
Yeah,
and
Friends,
we're back good to go.
Friends last win over Sanford, who was the semifinalist.
That's right, yeah. And Sanford losing a couple guys from that team last year, but still a very talented program.
They take on Tatnall on Tuesday at 4 at Friends down at the turf field.
Here's Ian Smith. That one's stolen. Good defensive work by Michael Trulock, by Tyler Mashawari. Up ahead, perfect pass to Jackson Red, who launches it into the net. And Jackson Red, a heck of a day for him. Goal number 5 for the senior. And a 14-1 lead for the Quakers.
That was short side over Baird's right shoulder. And he got the stick up, but that ball was behind him by the time that happened. And, Red consensus top 10 player in the state.
See the radar gun there on that one.
He might be getting a call from the baseball coach.
So lined up. Ship. Going at it with Dom Catalano, I believe.
It's a good bump there by Caravel, and they get the draw.
Now, I believe that's the sophomore Dom Catalano able to get it. Now Duarte on the attack. Nice pass to Ian Smith underneath, and that's going to be finished off.
Duarte with a beautiful pass to Smith as he's parked right next to the net, and that's ends that goal streak at 14. Got to feel good for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, good job by Duarte. You talked about it. Put it right where Ian Smith could get to it and finish quickly. A one-timer for the goal.
And what happens? You win the draw, good things happen.
Again, Dom Catalano wins the draw, and then Caravel goes down and scores their first goal since the first couple minutes of the opening quarter. And we'll see if that can get the offense rolling for the Bucks here. 6:50 and ticking in the third. And that's another big win for Braden Ship, who has it. Jackson Red, one more.
I think Ship took that personally.
And good defense by Caravel. Looked like the Quakers had numbers. Winchell couldn't get it out of the stick in time. Good defense by Sean Robinson. But the Quakers, I believe, will control it.
Yeah, he had it knocked loose, but it was a great job by Robinson to get that stick up and in the way.
So here's Nick Winchell.
Boy, what a beautiful play. Winchell to Noah Gibbons with the goal.
Gibbons strikes again.
Once Winchell got around Trueluck, it was all over. He had free reign to get in, close in on Baird, then pass across the crease, and Gibbons was right there, tucking in left-handed.
Give him the hat trick, second of the day, second for the Quakers. Noah Gibbons has 3, Jackson Red with 5, Nick Winchell with 2. And again, that all started with Braden Ship winning the battle for possession. And
yeah, and we've seen that a lot tonight. He who wins the draw gets the goal. That doesn't rhyme or anything. I need to come up with a nice rhyming.
I was going to say, come up with something that can be
Google that.
Cemented in time. As that one got away off of the stick of Philip Kroc, and Nick Winchell back there. Crowd getting into it here.
Yeah, some rowdy bunch down here in Bear.
Gotta love coming here to Caravel Academy. Got some great games in the sports that we've been here for, and I'm sure we'll be back for some baseball and softball, especially softball here in the short time.
Yeah, it's fun to do softball here.
Yep, got the lights. Here's Hayden Morrison.
There's a whistle. You know, with the lights here and right down the street at Red Lion, we're down here quite a bit for softball.
So that whistle against the Quakers, 15-2, 4:20 and ticking here in the third.
Oh, I saw the check coming, but he got around him.
Catalano able to make a defender miss, and now the Bucks on the attack. Here's Ian Smith, has both goals for the Bucks today. He might be hobbling a little bit back there.
He's at Massey. He's limping a little bit. He's not moving too well back there.
No, and that's something to keep an eye on.
It looks like they might be making a change here. The coaches obviously can notice.
And Ian Smith, again, the junior with both goals today.
Oh, Massey's not coming over. He's got that one leg wrapped, it looks like his right leg. He's not moving toward the sideline.
Going to stick it out here. Fight through the pain. Here's Morrison. As Paul Beardell comes back on for the Quakers alongside Ben Osborne. And Osborne will control it here.
Now, if you're friends, you work on a couple things here, and big thing is don't get anybody hurt. They came down and took care of business in the first half.
Morrison trying to shoot that one on the run. But Nick Winchell there to regain possession. Winchell, a little spin move as we tick under 3 to go in the third. Oh, stopping on a dime. Lost his own footing and now has some room. Winchell tries to fire it in there. Baird with a nice save.
That stop by Baird.
Winchell had a shot on his mind. He was going to let that rip one way or another.
Well, he made a nice move to get around a defender and lost his footing, but got back up and still got a great shot off.
Yeah, great look, but a better save by Baird that time. There's Truelock, a little.
Well, he's still trying to get into that box.
A little razzle-dazzle, but lost it. And now up ahead of the pack is guess who? Jackson Red, but able to make the extra pass. Just couldn't get it to his teammate cutting to the net. That was Noah Gibbons, who already has the hat trick.
And that's going to go, I think, back to Caravel here.
Been impressed with the Quakers' passing capability.
Yeah.
Or you could just say you've been impressed with their overall performance here today.
A lot of
in
speed
this
on this team. Very accurate shooters.
So Caravel will have possession. Believe that's Brock Rhodes carrying it across for the Bucks. Into the Quaker zone, tries to get uphill, or downhill, he does. And then they'll reset it to Smith. What a pass from Smith, but that's saved by Lukic. And then Duarte knocks the stick out of the hands.
Always a highlight
Of James Green, but it just seems like the Quakers continue to find possession, and they've got it right back going the other direction.
Oh, Marston took some abuse there, but was able to get the ball up to Beardell, and now they're in business again.
Late flag. So a stoppage coming, and there it is. And that's going to go against the Quakers.
Couldn't really hear what he said.
So Duarte will control it here in the corner. 28 seconds to go in the third. A 15-2 lead for Friends. Duarte hit as he shot that one. Took a shot courtesy of James Green.
Yeah, Green knocked him right on his side, but they retain possession here. See what they can get done in the last 10 seconds.
10 seconds. We'll see if they can get a shot off. Back up top to Brock Rhodes. He'll let it fire right into the stick of Lukic, who has another save. And that'll do it for the third. We're heading to the fourth here at Caravel Academy. It's been all Quakers. They lead 15-2. Final quarter coming up.
First State Orthopedic statewide has 29 physicians at 16 locations. Our physicians and staff provide both non-surgical as well as surgical treatment for almost all orthopedic conditions and injuries. We are specially trained in the current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physician and orthopedic consultant for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to the local emergency departments as well as medical aid units and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Call for an appointment today or visit us at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedic statewide has 29 physicians at 16 locations. Our physicians and staff provide both non-surgical as well as surgical treatment for almost all orthopedic conditions and injuries. We are specially trained in the current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physician and orthopedic consultant for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to the local emergency departments as well as medical aid units and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Call for an appointment today or visit us at firststateortho.com.
To the fourth we go between the Quakers and the Bucks. Caravel 4-0 on the year. Friends 3-0. Some high school lacrosse for you on this Friday evening, a beautiful Friday evening. It's nicer now than it was at lunchtime today.
Yeah.
It was a little windy and cold earlier.
Nick Caravel next up is going to be right back here against Red Lion on Tuesday. The Lions 2-1.
So here we go, fourth quarter underway.
Hard to believe Easter's a week away, huh?
Early this year.
We need some springtime temperatures to come on, and like tomorrow, but it's going to be a little wet.
Yeah, I hear there's some rain and wind in the forecast for tomorrow. Again, we were supposed to have Goldie Beacom, but that has been postponed.
Already?
Already. Till Monday.
That last Saturday got rained out too.
Goldie. Yeah, that's right.
How about that shot?
How about that one? The reach around.
That was Winchell.
And goal, and he'll have a hat trick. 3 Quakers with 3 today. That'll extend it to 16-2.
Those Mondays at noon are not really good for
No, they're not good for anybody.
My work schedule, but
let's be honest.
It's still not good for my work schedule.
Doubleheader or? Oh wow. Monday's a doubleheader too for softball. 2 and 4.
Got to see a little Goldie baseball over the weekend before I had to leave and go to work. That Kyle Walker with the 24-game hitting streak.
That's right.
Conrad, graduate, baseball, basketball. You play football? I'm not sure you play football.
Not sure. Former Red Wolf. Here's Connor. Into the game now for the Quakers, the sophomore.
Looks like 15 is Declan Grubb. He had a sister played basketball at Friends. Good check there.
Yeah, Morrison lost it, able to get it back.
How about that spin move by Connor? Got through 2 defenders. Poor guy was like a pinball. And some more defense there from Caravel.
And we have a player down for the Quakers. He was cutting towards the net, was looking for the pass.
Took a check.
I believe that's Morrison, and good sign, able to get up under his own power. You love to see it, and he'll hopefully be able to make his way to the sideline.
He may be done for the night, though. Instead of taking any chances, just get him out, get some ice on that. Looks like an ankle.
Yeah, it looked like the ankle got tangled up on the fall.
Now we have a timeout for Friends.
Timeout Quakers with 9:30 to go here.
Nick, how about this
in regulation?
Doubleheader tomorrow. Salesianum baseball if it doesn't rain.
It will.
They already canceled.
I was going to say they're canceling.
Mount St. Joseph.
Yep, everybody's canceling.
And then at Cardinal Spellman. So they're going to be in the Bronx. Playing in the Bronx, a mile and a half away from each other, and 3.5 hours between games.
Yeah, everything that was on the schedule for any sport outdoors tomorrow has been moved or canceled. I should say we had Goldie and some other things, high school sports, all moved. So now everyone can just enjoy the Final Four on Saturday.
There was some. Well, Jason will be watching WrestleMania.
So, and now that we have a little bit of time out on the field, is WrestleMania now a 2-day event? Has it always been a 2-day event?
No, it has not always been.
So how do they do that? How do you make a pay-per-view 2 days?
Well, they're not pay-per-views anymore. Well, they are technically. They're on Peacock.
Really?
Yeah. The WWE Network all migrated to Peacock.
How about that? I've been out of the WWE game for a while now. So WrestleMania, a 2-day event, so they just have one day, and then they all go home, and then they come back and do it on Sunday?
Yeah, and next year, WrestleMania in Philadelphia.
Wow.
At the link. So
huh.
you know how the weather
here.
To get, it might be a little chilly.
We're gonna have to get some press passes to that. Can we get some media coverage?
Sure.
We'll get the credentials in the mail. We're back underway here, 9:24 and ticking, a 16-2 lead for the Quakers. Quakers and the Bucks here going at it in Bear.
It used to, WrestleMania was running, when it was one day, it was running like 8 to 9 hours.
I remember watching it back in the day as that shot is off the mark. Good deflection by Baird in net. I remember it being, long but not that. I think the last WrestleMania I watched was with Bobby Lashley and Donald Trump when they shaved his head. That had to be 30 years ago. That was way before the president, everything like that.
Vince McMahon got his head shaved.
That's right. Vince McMahon got his head shaved. That's right. Bobby Lashley. That's the last pay-per-view I saw of WrestleMania. Timeout on the field here.
I don't know the last one I watched.
8:53 to go here.
WrestleMania is good, but I was always a tables, ladders, and chairs fan.
A little TLC?
Yeah, and I like the Rumble.
Rumble was fun. So now, more into the NCAA wrestling championships as opposed to WrestleMania, but both provide a unique opportunity of entertainment.
You didn't take your glasses off and break them
I did not.
While you were
Spencer Lee's mom.
watching?
I thought they shouldn't have showed that in public. I thought that was that wasn't right.
She's in public.
I know. But if anybody knows a mom that's been to a wrestling match before, it is you can't even imagine the feeling. And her son, having not lost in so long, was going to be one of the rare 4-time national champions. And smashed those glasses
And
pretty quickly.
One of his coaches at Iowa.
That's right, my boy Bobby.
Bobby
Telford. Yeah, was.
Saw Bobby last summer. He did a camp at St.
That's
Mark's.
right. He was a member of one of the leaders of our 2010 nationally ranked team. We were 8th in the nation, state champs.
Wrestled at Iowa, and now is an assistant coach out there. Lives out in Iowa City.
That's right. He loves it out there.
Yeah, it's wrestling heaven out there.
Yes, it is. And again, he's one of the main assistants for that program, one of the best in the country. Bobby, a Beast of the East champion, I believe national runner-up.
Nick's going to text him right now.
So we're under 8:40 to go. Big lead for the Quakers. Caravel trying to tune some things up. That shot deflected.
Right back to the shooter there, Joseph Ramos, number 9. It's a little dark in this press box.
That one almost scooped and saved that time by Logan Keld, but it'll be out of play.
I thought we might run into Darnell Savage here at Caravel tonight.
We ran into him last summer, Mike. Remember when we did the
at the field house?
At the field house, had a chance to talk to Darnell.
I
and
saw
Troy.
Darnell here at a volleyball match.
Oh, good for him. Way to get out there.
He's over watching the volleyball team supporting the Bucks.
I thought he had a good year this year for the Packers. Again,
Absolutely.
a lot of questions after last season, but came in and played well, I thought, in the secondary.
First-round pick. At Caravel putting some good hits on now and generating some possession. There's Keld.
Now going to leave a good pass up ahead, just unable to corral it. And now a whistle will stop things on the field for the moment. 7:42, though, and ticking.
Going back to
in
Friends.
The fourth. That's right. Mike, we had a chance to talk to Troy the other day after he signed with the Vikings, and he was excited to be back with Brian O'Neill, one of his high school teammates, and he said, we're ready to win a championship, so already thinking about a Super Bowl.
Oh, I think Minneapolis is they went to 4 Super Bowls in the 70s and did not win. I think it's about time.
And again, reunited with one of his former coaches. So he's done that every year. In the Rams, he left to go be with Brandon Staley in the Chargers, now leaving to go be with Kevin O'Connell, the former Rams offensive coordinator. So another familiar face.
Brian and Troy are watching their buddy pick up championships everywhere he goes. Waiting to see what happens with Colby Reeder this year. We'll see if he gets drafted.
Yep, entered the portal last year. Went to Iowa State out of the Big 12.
Had a great year. I wonder if she's going to be a grad. Lauren Park.
Wow.
The former Sanford player was a standout at Seton Hall.
That's right. We had a
She's
chance
gonna
to
be playing her graduate year. Looks like somewhere else.
Yeah, we talked to her a few years ago during her run for Seton Hall. She has been spectacular
at
Seton Hall. Just absolutely great. Interesting.
Oh,
we have a big hit there at the 40.
And flag is down, so this is going to be a man up for Caravel unless they score here.
But I did not know
Duarte?
she was entering the transfer portal. Big news there for Lauren Park as Duarte tried to find a teammate cutting. Another big check inside. Flags will come flying.
I think we're going to be 2 men up for Caravel, so a chance here to score a few points or score a goal. Yeah, everybody's going. The game has not been super physical, but it really has picked up a little bit in the last few minutes. I think guys trying to get their licks in.
Women's Final Four getting underway tonight. First matchup of Virginia Tech and I believe LSU.
LSU.
Yeah.
And then it's Connecticut, not Connecticut.
Iowa and South Carolina.
Great game.
Dawn Staley.
Yeah, I know a lot of people
representing the area.
Want her to coach Temple men.
I think she's fine where she's at right now.
She's got a pretty nice gig down there.
That's right. They're going for the first, I believe, undefeated national championship, or maybe not the first, but one of them. So a 30-second and a minute penalty, as reported to us by our on-field colleague, Nick Halliday.
On field, on camera.
Does it all. And again, we will one day hopefully get the refs mic'd up. That's the goal. Because that would be awesome.
A couple things we'd like to do.
That's a good point also. Exactly. That's what gave me the idea. So
Nice
Caravel,
pass.
here's Logan Keld, and that one,
Save.
That's a pretty save in net for Wilmington Friends.
Is that number 20?
Yeah, that's a new goalie. Zidane Brenna, the freshman, getting in on the action.
A little loose ball out front, but picked up there by the keeper. Long pass. Is he going to get the assist? How about
Almost.
that? Oh, the
And
ball
you-
was this wide.
And you see the Friends sideline. They were ready to cheer for that one.
There's a nice pass from behind.
We hit the 4-minute mark here at Caravel. Lost the stick. The ball was inside. That time for Joshua Ballou.
So one of the penalties is over for the Quakers. And they've held so far. Here comes Keld crossing midfield.
Look at the speed, able to get outside, make a few guys miss. Now has some room in front of him.
Nice
The
save.
shot, another nice save in the net. The freshman Zidane Brenya, the freshman goalie with another big save, and now another whistle.
Why's the clock running? That's why.
We're at 16-2. We're on running clock.
Parents are asking why the clock.
Oh. Yep. Well, that's right. Turn on the broadcast. We could tell them.
Yeah, Nick explained it to me. That's another one of his jobs. Nick, I remember streaming. We did Cape Henlopen at Archbury maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and it was pouring out. We had a big tent on the field, and it was miserable. But
Another nice
how about
save,
that save
by Baird. The 8th graders got a few of them here in the 4th, trying to get it up ahead.
Some of these guys maybe don't play a whole lot, and this is a chance for them to show something. And we're seeing the goalies in particular standing out here, and a lot of physical players. Duarte with the swipe there, trying to get the stick, and he knocks the ball loose. And it's going to go to Caravel. So Matt Duarte with a great job there, causing a turnover.
2:11 and ticking remaining in this one.
And now he's going to carry the ball up.
And Mike, it was just maybe a year or two ago, we were stuck in that press box across the way when the pouring rain and the storm started. We had a lacrosse game here.
Yeah, and if you think being inside that press box was any relief.
That's right. It was.
We had umbrellas in the press box.
And again, Caravel doing a great job, and
they've
redone both of them.
They've redone the press boxes,
That's right.
so you don't get wet inside anymore.
Exactly right.
We had umbrellas over our equipment.
And now we're sitting pretty here.
Yeah,
on the home side tonight.
Craig Bailey for everything.
Another flag here as bodies hit the floor. So 1:35 and ticking. This one coming to a close quickly. 16-2. Wilmington Friends. It's been all Quakers today.
We promise Craig will give him a little more advance notice next time.
Next time, yes,
like
Craig.
Any advance notice would be more than what we did this time. We thought we had contacted him and had not. A 30-second penalty on, looks like,
McKenzie.
Eamon Grubb? Or no, number
Nick
99.
said McKenzie. And
Andrew McKenzie.
We look down at the stats now, Mike. Jackson Red, a game-high 5 goals. Noah Gibbons had the hat trick with 3. Nick Winchell had a hat trick with 3. And then Beardell, Butler, Morrison, Dolan, Ship, adding all a goal themselves. For Caravel, it was 2 the way of Ian Smith. And we talked about the average for the Quakers, 16 goals a game, Mike. And how about that? They're sitting right at 16.
They're smart kids, and they can do math. Ball
Tried to save it.
And it's going to roll out of bounds. We're down to 30 seconds. But, Caravel's probably going to look at this tape, and they'll find some positives out of this, I'm sure. And this is a game that will help them moving forward.
Absolutely.
As they continue with their schedule.
Geld spins inside, 12 seconds. As we wind down this one between the Quakers and the Bucks. Nice feed up ahead, and was that another save?
I missed.
Over top of the goal, and that will do it. Here from Caravel Academy, the Quakers get a big victory. They improve to 4-0 under head coach Jake Rashkind. And a big one today for Jackson Red. He led the way with 5 goals and a 16-2 victory for the Quakers over the Bucks. Mike, your first year orthopedics player of the game.
I want to go Jackson Red.
I agree with
the
you.
Goals, and not just the goals, the passing. Him and Winchell switching back and forth in that X position. They were both setting up and scoring, but I think Jackson Red led the way tonight, and that's going to be my player of the game.
There he is, 5 goals for the senior attack, and he is your first orthopedics player of the game. 5 of the 16 for the Quakers. So for Nick Allison, Drady, Mike Lang, Jason Winchell, and Nick Halliday, the Quakers come on the road. They get a big win. 16-2 over Caravel. They improve to 4-0. Caravel, they fall to 4-1. Mike, closing words as we head out.
It's fun to get some lacrosse in. I got to get back into my lacrosse groove.
Yeah, me as well. That's for sure.
Sometimes it takes a while to get back into you're moving out of the basketball season and wrestling season.
That's right.
And you're moving into lacrosse and baseball and softball. Speaking of baseball, that's our next stream is on Tuesday. Right? Tuesday at 4 from St. Mark's. We will have Appoquinimink at the Spartans, and that should be a good one.
It should be a good one. Smitty, if you're listening, I'll see you at 3 o'clock on Tuesday. So for everyone here at 302 Sports, we'll see you Tuesday. Wilmington Friends with a 16-2 win over the Caravel Bucks here on Delaware Live Sports.